$500, 5 minutes, and a burrito that was supposed to be 5 to 6 pounds.
On Facebook, everyone is trying this challenge. Five minutes, and it's got to be what, 7-8 pounds?
Around maybe 10.
So you can't even get it all on camera. A little larger than advertised.
I wish you could win.
Thank you. No one has. I see why. It's huge. I'm gonna cut into it, let it cool down, and then dive in.
Shrimp, chicken, steak, multiple tortillas, sauces packed inside every layer. This wasn't a burrito anymore. This was a 10-pound time bomb. 5 minutes on the clock. Timer doesn't even start until I take my first bite. So the question is simple. Did Puerto Vallarta just hand me my first loss in over a decade? Hey, Chew Crew. I'm here in Flushing, Michigan at Puerto Vallarta Mexican restaurant, and I've done a lot of burrito challenges over the years, but nothing quite like this. Right away, I've got to give credit where credit's due. They did something most challenge spots don't. They said I could cut into the burrito.
It smells amazing. And it's just packed with, I can just see all the chicken, all the peppers. There's shrimp in there, carne asada. Very generous with the meat.
And as I was getting surgical, there was one thing that immediately surprised me. Because I've done burrito challenges where it's just filler. Rice, beans, mush, no personality. But this was one of the highest quality burritos I've ever had. Not just in a challenge, but period. No exaggeration.
Can't find the bottom of it. That's the problem.
We're talking shrimp, steak, chicken, all seasoned incredibly well. Peppers and onions sauteed perfectly. Not soggy, not bland, actually flavorful. Even the rice and beans held up. Firm texture, cooked right, not just filler to inflate the weight. And then you've got layers of avocado, guacamole, sour cream, and this super rich chimichurri sauce all slathered around multiple massive tortillas holding this thing together. It honestly didn't even feel like challenge food. It felt like restaurant food, good restaurant food, that just happened to be weaponized.
All right, they've been generous. They've let me cool it down. This is a lot. I think I can do it. That didn't sound very confident. All right, here goes nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
They also didn't start the timer until my first bite. And honestly, that matters more than most people think. Because even after letting this burrito sit for 5 to 6 minutes, this thing was still absolutely screaming hot in every pocket. Like lava pockets hidden inside a mountain of tortillas. And sitting in front of me was what looked less like a burrito and more like a wrapped up food apocalypse. My strategy was simple. No overthinking, no hesitation, surgical attack. I cut straight down the middle, opened this thing up like a book, and planned to just dismantle it section by section. And I brought my trusty mega spoon for a reason. Because if there's ever a time to maximize shovel rate, this was it. And for this first minute, it actually felt good. Pacing was strong, rhythm was clean, no panic yet. I was moving through the filling fast. Steak, chicken, shrimp, sauce, everything coming together way better than expected. But I could still start to feel the heat, that slow internal shift. The heat was building up, and as I put shovel after shovel in, I could tell that the fullness was creeping in. My body was starting to realize this wasn't just a big burrito. This was a density problem. And then the real challenge started kicking in about a minute and a half in. Temperature and volume at the same time. But the flavors, the spices, that's what actually was keeping me going. That's the wild part, because it tasted so good, I didn't even want to slow down. But the physical reality was catching up fast. Even just a couple minutes in, the meat sweats started creeping in. Stomach pressure started building, and I glanced down and realized something. I forgot to close the garage door when I left to do this challenge. No, not actually. No, the thing that I really was concerned about was that I knew I was behind schedule. With this tying the record for the fastest restaurant food challenge I've done, the other one being the Tootsie Takedown over in Iowa, This one had to be notched down to a 30-second by 30-second timetable in my mind to see if I could gauge the speed properly to take everything down in the short amount of time I had. And my schedule, by 3.5 minutes into this challenge, I had to have basically gotten down to just the tortilla. The problem is, I just passed the halfway point in this challenge. I've got a minute left to eat the rest of this filling. And I figured I had at least another 2.5, 3 pounds of filling to go if this thing really was 9, 10 pounds. That at least was the plan. Honestly, I should have at this point only had a few spoonfuls of filling left. And that's when it started to hit me. I wasn't ahead anymore. I was behind. And this, honestly, not just mentally, but physically is where the challenge started turning. Because it stopped being about eating. It really just became a race against the clock. 5 minutes sounds short until you're staring at what feels like 10 pounds of dense, hot, layered food that refuses to break down fast enough. Because it literally was 10 pounds of dense, hot, layered food. Every bite started slowing me down instead of helping me catch up. I was starting to overheat. I could feel my face getting flush. My breathing was getting short. And I knew I was running out of runway. Not metaphorically, literally. I also noticed I was having to go with water way more than I wanted to. Not just for thirst, but just to clear everything out. Like every couple of bites I needed to reset just to keep things moving and to cool off. And that's never a good sign getting this far into the challenge, because every sip, that's time. That's space in my stomach. That's momentum slowing me down. The heat, the burrito was just playing tricks on me. I'd take a bite that felt manageable, and then the next scoop, just a hidden pocket of lava. Like parts of this thing were still way too hot to eat, even this far in. So now I'm not just eating, I'm digging, trying to spoon around the hot spots, searching for sections I can actually get down without burning my mouth, and that completely kills my rhythm, because instead of just shovel, 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 now it's scoop, check, hesitate, adjust, and every one of those micro decisions is costing time I don't have. At this point, I can just feel it slipping. Not completely gone yet, but I was definitely not in control anymore. With about 30 seconds left, it was grim. I was pushing as hard as I could. No strategy, just trying to get forward motion. Every bite was a fight. Every second still counted. And I can just see it. There's just no way I'm finishing what's left. There's still burrito filling left, still tortilla, and still volume that just doesn't match the time I've got. So with the final seconds ticking down, I slow, set the spoon down, and know it's over. The first food challenge loss I've had in over a decade.
It was very good. It was just a lot. Yeah, it was all close to 8, 9 pounds. No joke. Thank you.
That's not something I say lightly, but I also get it. I can probably count on one hand the number of people who can handle nearly 10 pounds of food in 5 minutes. Even if I had another 5 minutes, maybe. Or if this had been closer to 6.5, 7 pounds instead of pushing toward 10. But not in this window, not today. That said, I've got to give credit where credit's due. Puerto Vallarta absolutely crushed the quality on this one. Incredible food, amazing staff, super supportive, and genuinely one of the friendliest challenge experiences I've had. And all for the low price of $30, which is ridiculously cost effective for almost 10 pounds of perfectly prepared burrito. And for anyone thinking about trying this, best of luck. You're going to need it. And for what's next, let's just say I might be trading burritos for something a little more dangerous. A 5K challenge, but not 5 kilometers. The Fat Shack's 5,000 calorie challenge. And I'm asking myself one question. Did I have what it takes to sprint that 5K in under 15 minutes? Or did it completely run me over? And the other more important question, why have I never had a deep fried Oreo before? I'm gonna take my time with these. These are good.
If you enjoyed watching this, feel free to follow some other ones. I have other burrito challenges that I have done a little bit better on here and here. Until next time, stay hungry.